Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode of Partner Up. Today, we are discussing the topic leveraging ecosystem partnership to drive financial inclusion in Africa. Financial inclusion is a critical topic, especially in the region like Africa, where millions still lack access to basic financial service. According to World Bank, approximately 66% of adults in the sub-Saharan Africa are unbanked, and over 70% of people do not have access to health insurance. I know that might sound crazy, but it's the truth. This is why partnership plays a pivotal role, especially in sectors like micropensions, banking, and health insurance, where leveraging the right partners are significantly reducing the gap. Today, we are very fortunate to have Azuka Silas, manager of agency banking micropensions at Stanbic IBTC, one of the leading organizations in Africa that is making strides in driving financial inclusion through strategic partnerships. Azuka is responsible for managing a network of agents that helps bring financial products to underserved communities. And we are discussing these partnerships. We're discussing how these partnerships are transforming lives. I am your co-host, Alera Boyo, and alongside me is my wonderful co-anchor, Amanda Etuk. And I'm excited today because we'll be sharing our thoughts on how powerful partnership is driving financial inclusion. Hey, Boo.
Hi, I'm so excited to be here today. And this is a topic that is very close to our hearts. We hear a lot of people pander financial inclusion. But what does it really mean? And then how do you even drive this product? This show is all about partnerships.
Yeah.
And we want to even know how Azuka, in his role, has been able to bring some of these very critical products closer to everyone.
Yeah.
That's why it's called financial inclusion.
Yep. And I'm really excited, to be honest. I realized, I think it was in 2022 that I realized that a lot of people really didn't have health insurance and micro pensions. Most of the time we get our jobs, that's when we get pensions. But before then, nobody even knows what pension is about. Nobody cares about their old age or what's going to happen to them after they, retire or,
It's you're even talking about the big things. You're talking
Right.
about health insurance. You're talking about pensions. For people who have not eaten, they feel like, is it not somebody that has gotten money that will be able to save?
Right.
So it's. I feel like some of these things are difficult sales or difficult ideas to sell, especially in this part of the world, because there's a very low trust in the system to
Yeah.
even start off with. Then people feel they don't even have enough. Talk less of health insurance and financial inclusion. It just seems like you're talking above people's heads.
Yeah.
I know we're going to get to you, Azuka, but I'm really excited to learn how you've sold something that is so difficult when everyone is only thinking about bread and butter.
I agree. And it's the good thing again is that with Stanbic, I mean, they've been amazing with, pensions, regular pensions for
Yeah.
the privileged guys. And now that we're looking at underserved communities, it's really interesting. I think it was before 2020 was when, the different industries were focusing on financial inclusion, including banks, insurance companies, and the pension companies. So right now, today, Azuka is going to dive deep into the conversation with us, explain what financial inclusion means to some of you that do not even already know what it is,
Yeah.
and even shed more light because that's a superpower, right? So it's going to give us tips on how best to get into that market. I think when I was working with, I think it was Bumper, we wanted to start an agency banking network, mostly for the small businesses that would really need the Bumper app to put their business online and the likes. And I won't lie to you, it was hard at the time. And for me, it was because I didn't have the right information. And I mean, when you're moving into a new field or you're working on a new project, it's important that you have the right sources of people that can even advise you. It's okay for you not to know it. You cannot know everything. But what's important that you have somebody who has done it before that can guide you. And I wish I knew Azuka at the time so that he would have given me his tips and superpower so that I would be able to smash my goals.
Guys, this episode is for anyone in a role where you have to acquire customers by the thousands. I'm not saying close your first 10 B2B partners. I'm talking about customer acquisition in the thousands. So if you're in a role that is applicable to, high scale or large scale onboarding processes, you should definitely listen to today's episode.
I agree. So guys, if you have tips on managing on knowing how to, like, we need you to comment, right? So as you're watching us live on YouTube, please go in the comment section. This conversation is promising to be a very interesting conversation. So please go to the comment section and type your questions or your comments. Tell us how you have been, if you have done agency network before for any project, and if you have, how have you been able to scale through? What were the challenges that you experienced? And if there's a tip you need to share with us, it'll be great to see it. As well as, Azuka would also be checking the comments much later to let us know if, you guys were able to either provide good answers or, to check your comments.
Thank you. Thank you,
so
everyone.
much. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with our wellness check. Just stay with us. Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us. So before we go into our next segment, which is the wellness check, I need you guys to please stick around with us for the entire show. As I said again, we would be talking about how you can actually push financial inclusion across various sectors, but this time around we're talking about pushing it in the micro pension space. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, you have to go to YouTube and at Official Upgrade TV on YouTube. Please subscribe to our channel, and also go on Instagram and follow us at PartnerUp_AB World for the latest updates on all the things we have to do. So please share with your colleagues and friends. And then, of course, like I said, we'll always, check your comments and bring it back to you. And for our wellness check today, I want us to talk about what many people have been facing, the type of stress people have been facing at work, which is what? Burnt out prevention. In this fast-paced world, we have been doing too much. We are working from January to December. It's so easy to get caught up in deadlines, endless meetings, endless emails. We're doing too much. We know that we're doing too much. So one of the most effective ways to manage stress is to avoid burnout. And it basically you can actually set clear boundaries. Number one, you can actually make some activities, add some activities in your process that you're doing, in all your daily activities. Go outside, do things outside work because you need to recharge. Personally, I'm experiencing burnout right now, and I know for a fact that I've been doing too much and I need to rest. My neck hurts, my body hurts, but at the same time, like, we all know that we have to do the work, right? But you also need to remember that you have to stay safe and also stay better. So Amanda, I want to ask you, give us a tip today on how to, resist burnout.
So I'm going to talk about wellness for a really short time. One thing I realized is that people think self-care is all about giving yourself a treat. They think self-care is when you buy yourself something nice, or when you buy a new dress, where you have desserts, where you have things like that. But I think another important facet of self-care is being able to do the hard things that your future self would thank you for.
Yeah.
So starting today, I am onboarding Alero as my accountability partner.
Yes, please.
December must not miss this version of me.
Oh my God.
I know people always wait for the new year to set New Year's resolutions, goals, or things like, fitness goals. But I think that starting now, we should just pay better attention to our bodies, pay better attention to our health. And one of the ways to do that is really watching what we eat. This is a shock coming from someone who has an obvious sweet tooth. But I think that wellness is doing the hard things that your body will thank you for. A lot of us are, advancing in age, as I like to say, and some of these things just have to be done. So if you don't have a fitness routine, join Alera and I's 30-day accountability check, because we're going to be walking for 30 minutes every day.
I'm laughing because I'm like, I have to do it.
No, you have to do it because we have to come back and give feedback to say, how did that go? So we want to walk 30 minutes every day.
Yeah.
Just nothing too serious, nothing.
Moving our
We
body
just
will be
want
the
to move
first
our
thing.
body. So that's the first thing that we want to do, just to stay. I would have said we should do a no alcohol November, but we're in the middle of the month already. So I know some people might have already broken that rule.
I'm thinking.
So, but it's just basically to prime our minds. January 1st is just another date, but still, everyone is talking about growth. I've asked 2 people this morning, what are you looking forward to in 2025? And they've said growth. We didn't plan it all. We didn't plan it, but they've said growth.
Good.
And growth starts with making promises to yourself and keeping them. It's very easy to keep promises you make to other people, but it's difficult to hold yourself accountable, because what's going to happen?
It's a lot.
Nothing. There are no consequences, or there are no obvious consequences when you disappoint yourself.
In the immediate, until you want to wear that dress, and you're like, oh my God, my stomach is too big for this dress.
So those are even the aesthetic things, but being able to promise yourself something and fulfill it, is a very huge confidence boost. One of my friends, Kami of Lagos Weekender, she asked me, what's the one thing that you've done that you're very proud of? And I was like, I can't think of anything. But she's so driven to the point where if she decides that she's going to do something, she usually follows through. And that's such a superpower to have. Just being able to say, I'm going to do this thing, and you're going to do it. Keeping promises to yourself. I think that's the wellness check for today. That's the gospel today.
Oh my God.
That's what I have been asked to tell you. Keep promises to yourself. That's the number one measure of success. Tell yourself you're going to do this and follow through. If you're able to do that, there's a confidence and a whole new respect that you have for yourself. If you can say no to difficult things, then
why do I feel like you are talking to me?
I guess this message is for you today, sister.
Hey, because honestly, so I started physical health.
Yeah.
I think it was in March that I decided that I wanted abs. So I was telling myself that road to 40.
Azuka just gave you a side eye. We've not introduced our guest Azuka yet, but when Alero mentioned abs, there was a look, but no problem.
Wait first. Okay, do we bring him in now? Because I really want to understand what that look is about. Please, can you tell us? What thing they look me for?
I don't look at the belly. What is this?
You really say it's not big like this?
No. It's big. It's okay, but say you won't get abs. So if you get the abs now, you go still the but cloth go recover am. You don't understand?
Hey.
Woman knows. Woman just the.
So you like it?
Normal.
Please. It's still about
another episode. We'll talk about that. But yes, I was telling you, I was just trying to give a backstory. March, I got a personal trainer, an amazing guy, John. Shout out to you. My trainer he's somebody that he makes sure, because there are lazy days that I wake up, because I'm not a morning person. I don't like to wake up early. I like my body waking up by itself. So my body wakes up by itself between 6:30.
In Lagos, looking for money.
I work remotely, so it's allowed because I sleep late. So waking up at 5 o'clock, it's a big. So anyway, my body wakes up between 6:30 to 7:30. Yeah. That's the window. And he comes around at 8 o'clock. So it depends on my mood. There are sometimes at 7:30, I'm just waking up and I'm like, I don't want. The next thing I'm hearing a knock on my door. John doesn't care. If I send him a message and say, I'm not feeling good today, he doesn't care. He's going to show up to make sure that I do my fitness check. I do my training. And I felt ill. I couldn't move my body at the time because I had resistant malaria and I just didn't go back. And yes, I agree that having an accountability partner helps. And I promise that I'm going to take my health seriously. Wellness check is not only about mental health, it's also about physical health. I have a sprung neck right now because maybe I probably did not sleep well, or I don't know what it is, but my neck hurts. And again, because my neck hurts, I can't really do so much, but I have to work, right? And if I was taking care of myself, I shouldn't have this problem. Anyway, so for our wellness check, we need you to make time. That's what we're trying to actually do right now. So we need you to make the time for yourselves to please, let's remember that our mental health is just as important as our physical health.
And get an accountability partner.
Yes.
Get an accountability partner. That's the number one hack. Yeah.
Yes.
So I think for mental health, you also need to do your regular health check.
Yes.
So without anybody asking you to say go meet doctor, you're supposed to know that for every year, every 6 months, to get a doctor, check everything in your body. Especially when when you're getting to 40. There are some vital checks that you need to do. Your high blood pressure, your sugar test, your LFT, that's liver function test,
Mm-hmm.
your kidney function test, and also all those small that people don't take serious. I know a lot of
Yeah.
people in my workplace, like we just someone just drop down.
Yeah,
Person
yeah,
just
I've heard
collapse.
of that.
So what we do, we ensure that everybody does that regular health check.
Mm,
So for you to even be active, you should know your numbers.
yeah.
So for me, now, I know all my health numbers.
Mm.
I
When
know
was
my
the last time
BMI.
you checked?
We had one last month.
Okay.
So they bring those people to my office.
Oh,
They
super.
come, oh guy, you must do this, you must do that. Then they will now send you your results confidentially to your mail. So I would advise everybody that is listening, for you to get a good health check, you need to follow up, do normal health check, and be sure that you are fine before you even say you want to go and look for money.
Thank
When a
you.
person will get money,
They,
person will dey healthy.
because honestly,
First day they out, then they
right
spend money,
now
okay, you
it's
get-
a luxury. Right now, it seems like in order for you to, like, I mean, if you fall ill now, do you know how much do you know how much it costs to get drugs? It's expensive. Healthcare right now is gone skyrocket. So yes, please take Azuka's
And
advice.
most of the drugs are imported.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have to pay in dollars.
Okay.
I think I saw somewhere that they're not charging what's it called, tax on.
It's still expensive.
It's still expensive even
Still
with
expensive.
that. Chai. Anyway, thank you guys for staying with us for our wellness check. Please do not go anywhere. We'll be back and we introduce our guest properly. Just stay with us. Looking to take your business to the next level through partnerships? Then join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. for Partner Up.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, marketing, sales, or partnership professional, Partner Up is here to give you the tools you need to succeed.
From in-depth interviews with industry experts
To real-world case studies of successful partnership strategies that drive innovation and business growth.
we dive deep into what it takes to form successful partnerships.
Thursdays, 10 a.m.
Don't miss Partner Up. Thank you for sticking around. We would love for you to share your thoughts on the topic. Drop us a message on social media and also remember to follow us on all our channels. On YouTube, it is Official Upgrade TV, and on Instagram, it is PartnerUp_AB World. Now, let's dive into the heart of today's topic. We're talking about leveraging partnership for financial inclusion, specifically in areas of micro pension, banking, and health insurance. As I mentioned, millions of people across Africa do not have access to these vital services. So, how can businesses collaborate to bridge that gap? Our guest Azuka has come here today, and he's leading charge in making sure this happens at Stanbic IBTC. Azuka, I'm welcoming you to Partner Up. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Welcome. So let me
Thank you.
introduce you properly.
Oh yeah, now let's do this.
Okay, so Azuka Silas is the manager of the agency network for micropensions at Stanbic IBTC, a leading financial services institution in Africa.
Yeah.
He has an extensive background in partnership development, well, that's why he's on the show, and has been instrumental in driving financial inclusion across Nigeria and in other African countries through strategic collaborations. In his current role, he manages a vast network of agents who are helping to make micropensions, banking, and other financial services accessible to underserved populations. Thank you so much, Azuka, for being here. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. We're
you.
very excited to have you here. And there's so many things that we want to talk about,
Yeah.
obviously. And then we've been having a great conversation with Azuka even before, diving into the topic. But before you even get started, one quick thing. What is financial inclusion?
Let's start
Okay,
from there.
Thank you, Amanda. So financial inclusion is more than cash in, cash out. So people saying financial inclusion is when you go to POS agents, you use your card and collect money. No. Financial inclusion is bringing financial services to people that don't have access. So there's accessibility, there's affordability, and also there's value you're selling. So for every financial product that you have, you should know that for people that don't have that access. For instance, I was in Ekpe and somebody asked one POS agent, say, can I pay my driver? Can I pay for my driver license? Because they catch the guy on the road. So the guy went and meets one of those agents. He was asking if he can use the agency for money point or so to pay for his driver and renew, so that he will just allow the guy go. So financial inclusion encompasses the cashing. So financial inclusion for me, is taking those financial services to people that don't have access, and also that means of doing financial payments. So it's very simple. So what it means is, for everybody that don't have access to finance and all that, you try to do products and solutions that they can use. So for instance, if I want to travel now and I want to book my air ticket, I should be able to go to maybe OPay, Money Point and just book, and voila, I'll get my ticket, then I'll go. So it's all of those financial products. You put them in a solution and say, come, log on to this website, get to solution, start doing your cash in, cash out. You can pay for your airtime, you can pay for your doctor, you can do your micro insurance, you can do your micro health, you can do all of those things. But what Nigeria sees as financial inclusion is those guys outside, those POS agents that you see on the street say, hey, bank have closed, give me 10 naira, I'll give you 1 naira. So all of those products, they can embed all of those things in it.
Okay.
I'll stop here.
Well, I don't even want you to stop here yet, because we're still going to say, like, now you've already talked about how this is helping lives and empowering a lot of people. And that's the first thing that, well, I wanted our viewers to hear about financial inclusion.
Yeah.
And this is really exciting. So, yes, you've talked about a lot of things. You should be able to have a one point of access to solve most of your daily needs. But we're seeing the product. We're not at the back end to really see, like, how did this come about?
Yeah.
And that's leading to my next question to you. First is, how did you even get into this sector? Let's start with that before we even go to the next thing that's really burning at the tip of my tongue.
Burning your tongue.
You know, that's an expression. Oh God.
No,
wait.
No.
No, sorry, I'm fine. So I got into the financial inclusion space with mobile money.
Okay.
So there's an evolution people had forgotten. So mobile money, like the likes of Paga. Don't you know Paga, e-transact back in the day?
Then.
So all of these guys had this mobile money license. Mobile money license allows you to use your phone number to create your account number. And that was what OPay and ORIGHT did. Do you get?
Yeah.
So I did the mobile money team for Globalcom for like 3 years. On the mainland, I was handling Lagos 3, Lagos 4, all of that. So I was responsible for getting those agents. I take them to Glowworld, I'll train them. Then before then, we had an extensive training with the Kenyans that Azuka brought from Kenya and Cote d'Ivoire. So I worked with those guys. They showed us everything back to end. Then nothing like Money Point never even did marijuana at that time. Money Point never starts. All this OPay, nobody. It was Jonathan regime then. So I did that mobile money stuff. And then it was even hard to sell because there was no POS. It was strictly on USSD. And what it means is we had to build something, *500#. We had integrated with 4 banks. For them, for mobile money, you need the agent, the bank, and the customer. That's the ecosystem. So we, as a telco, pushing that product, we had built *500# on the phone. So we now call our Globe partners to come to the office. Then we train them. Then after that mobile money, we saw a change. We saw that people started using POS. Then before then, POS was just for merchant payments. Yeah? So we just go to the shop and pay, and to credit them as a T+1. So I think that evolution now brought in fintech. So when this fintech stuff, came to Nigeria, I moved from Glo to another fintech in Telefin. I manage our agent. Telefin is a licensed mobile money operator and a PTSP. So PTSP is Payment Terminal Service Provider. So if I be allowed, I'll break down the fintech space. So fintech is divided into 4. There's PTSP, there's PSSP, there's mobile money, and there's also digital bank. So for the PTSP, they're responsible for those software on the POS. When you do your cash in, cash out, it will check and validate, then approve or decline. Then the PSSP are the likes of Flutterwave, Paystack, InterSwitch. So what those people do is payment gateway for card. For instance, you want to book your airline ticket, you see Fidelity Pay Gate, you route it to e-transact or InterSwitch, you pay, you debit to you, and you credit the merchant. So that's for PSSP. Then for the mobile money operators are the likes of Paga. OPay today is a licensed mobile money operator. Okay. Then I think before Osibanjo left, because I'll give credit to him, he introduced the Payment Service Bank, PSP. So the PSP are a modified mobile money. So for the likes of Globalcom, Airtel, MTN, they are all PSB. So all of these are just stakeholders to drive financial inclusion. So for me, I've done mobile money with Glo, I've done fintech with LipaPay, IntelliFin, I've done banking with Fidelity. I had start with Fidelity Fintech. When they started the fintech, I was part of the team that built that fintech team at Fidelity Bank. After Fidelity, I went to Polaris. I was head of, team lead agency banking business development at Polaris Bank. After Polaris, we built the shop ID model, connected the account to the bank branch, do all of that, get sales rep, do all of those things. After Polaris, I went to Global Accelerex as head of business development and partnership at Global Accelerex. So Global Accelerex is the largest PTSP. Remember, I had mentioned PSSP, Payment Service Solution Provider. Those are the platform that allows you to do end-to-end card transaction. It's strictly on card. So they check the payment gateway and you just make your payments with your card on the web and you go. Therefore, mobile money is your phone number becomes a bank account. That's what OP is doing. Yeah. But for the PTSP I had mentioned, are the people that built that software on PS that allows you put your card and check. So GA where I worked, they were the biggest PTSP in Nigeria then. So they had all those software. So I was managing their agent network for Accelerators network for their agency banking. So then we did so many partnership. I even introduced one of the different partner, which is ACP at Accelerators, and that went well till I left. Then on the side, I've already done some jobs with Prosper. I did, but not off the record. I was head of business for Prosper. Prosper is here.
Yeah.
Choma and the likes. Prosper, Aeromony, My Sogi, all those were just there. I even went to Kenya to do some things for one of them. Then I came back. Then I joined Stanbic. So Stanbic micropension now is where I sit. So all of this is embedded into that space to say these people don't have those assets.
Yeah.
They don't understand. So top of my head is which value are you selling? So if there's no value, then you're not selling anything. You get. So for pension now, it's a bit different, but we still push on the same direction. So I've answered your question by saying, I started with mobile money, I've done fintech, I've done banking, and I'm doing pension. So pension, it's different school of thought. Because when you go back to secondary school, we have the demand for money. Remember, we have speculative, transactionary, and precautionary motive. So what Nigeria does every day is just transactional, you get money, pay.
Yeah.
You collect 1,000, you pay, come out. So, but then, the speculative motive is where the pension falls under. So you don't need to finish all the money to your hand. If you have 1,000, you need to be like 700, keep 300 for your pension. But definitely you get old.
And that's like on a monthly basis, yes?
No, even if you want, what we do in micropension is you can pay anytime. If you want to open your RSA account, you can pay. Even if you're sleeping, you can pay.
Let me just tell you an unfortunate thing about micropensions. If you already have a corporate pensions account, unfortunately, you can't register for micropension.
Because you're no longer micro now. Are you micro?
But I like the idea of you can always deposit into...
No, but you can actually still deposit in your regular pension account.
No. So there's a flip. So there are
but there's no voluntary contribution.
There's voluntary. If you're in a corporate setting. So the voluntary contribution has been modified to micropension for semi people. Let me break it down. So mandatory.
I didn't know this one.
Mandatory pension is the pension that I do now.
Okay.
So I work with Stanbic.
Okay.
And Stanbic will say, Azuka, they pay you 4 million. Pension at 200k. We are collect 200k pay for my pension. So Stanbic HRO admin will credit my pension, which is with Stanbic every month, right? Then for the micro pension, it's still the same financial inclusion drive. People that don't have the regular 9-to-5 job. And Nigerian economy is mainly informal sector, semi-skilled, self-employed. So all of those people need to have a pension plan. So the idea what we do is basically find a way to bring them, cluster them, train them, get agent network, get people, and all of that. Then you make them see the value, because the value is when you get to 50, you know that, you're supposed to have something to fall back. And aside that, for every contribution, we give interest. So there's money that comes to you. If you check it, you see your normal.
What percent is it now?
I think last year we did 17.8%, which is good.
There's just so much about pensions that I didn't know before. My friend used to work, she worked with ARM pensions, and she was the one that told me about the voluntary contribution. Like, aside from the one that your employers are going to contribute for you, you can also choose to put in, your own like extra cash into that. So you want to ask your second question? I think there's a follow-up question to that.
Well, Azuka has said a lot, because I was going to ask him about even some of his exciting partnerships.
Which one is the most exciting among everything?
Okay, I'd mentioned I worked with Fidelity Bank.
Yeah.
I think for me is Ugo Host and Fidelity.
That was the most exciting partnership?
Is Bumper owned by Joberman? Ugos.
No. Yeah. Ugo host, they're
Superman.
part of the investors.
Because I know there was a time, what's that guy name?
Okwe.
Okwe is my
Yeah.
very close person.
Yeah, he's an investor at
He was telling me
Bumper.
some stuff at Bumper. I was breaking down the Sanef stuff. That was like 4 or 5
I should
years
have
ago.
known you
So-
at the time
so
I was at
myself-
Bumper.
Myself and Okwe had so many conversations. But I know, like, I manage the accounts for Ugos
Yeah.
at Fidelity.
Oh, okay.
So I know Ugos was a business that if you're not a bit techy, you don't know that, you get website, you host it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's still the largest
Yes,
domain
yes.
and hosting company
Ugo
in
host,
Nigeria.
yes.
Yes, so I'd manage the account. So what I did, because Fidelity had the biggest SME customer, so the value proposition was bring Ugos to Fidelity SME.
Okay.
Sell
Oh,
those
so that's
things.
their own. Makes a lot of sense, and then having Bumper too makes sense because they will have the web shop. Oh
So
my
I did all
gosh.
of that, and
Smart.
we had built a portal, fidelity.ugos.com. It's my project. I think it's
Ah.
still online if you check it. So what we did, we listed all of Ugos products, and we sold it to Fidelity customer and the bots.
Wow.
So anytime I check the account, like, oh, I've paid for this. So everything was coming to the bank. Now money dey buy.
Yeah.
Money must enter. You get?
Mhm.
The money must enter, as in money must enter the account.
Accounts,
So
yeah.
all of that, it was a very, very, very productive and
And it's
fruitful
actually
partnership.
interesting because as the customer that you are onboarding, they are business people. So
Yep.
like the customer journey is going to be from the beginning, which is going to be from registering the business, I believe, then getting a domain for them online.
Yeah.
Then they now partner with Bumper to get them a web shop and the like. So that's in fact,
So what
how
we
did
did,
we? Sorry
what,
to interrupt you.
What we did,
How did
eh?
we like this? Our guest is hot today.
Calm down. I'm not
I
asking.
said, we've never-
So
But
wait
Azuka,
now.
you need to speak a bit louder because
Yeah.
it's like this
Oh, yeah.
secret is only for
Do you
Olara
understand?
and I. So just
Okay.
speak louder. Let's hear
We
you.
cannot go to shout.
It's fine. It's fine.
So for that partnership, yeah, it was a good one
Yeah.
because for every business you need to know the value,
Mhm.
like I had mentioned. So for that one, for me, I think it's still the most exciting
Okay.
because we had built everything and everything went well, and we saw value. So the reason why I say it was exciting because we were selling something odd.
Yes, like a
Something
bank
odd.
and a website hosting
Like it's
company.
not
You-
even.
you
I
won't
didn't
Very
even
odd.
think about. I didn't
Like
think about that.
it's odd.
too.
So you see, Ugos, what have you do for them now? I go to make them settle. So we moved all their accounts to Fidelity.
Damn.
They moved everything before they left. Getting B to Omole, Omole 94. I think it was Toba was there or something. Toba design. So all of that was going there, do all those partnership, and everything worked. So if you go to the portal, you click buy your domain, do this thing, you pay with Fidelity Pay, get the money was coming to me. And I was saying, I was like, okay, that's fine. So for me, that partnership is the most exciting partnership. Then another one I would also want to say is when I was still with Accelerex. So I brought in Providus Bank with iTex. So what we did was to bring POS and give to the agents. That one is straightforward. So what we do is check for agents that fintech that have agents,
Yeah.
and check for bank that want to give POS. So on that PTS premix, you have to rally around and check, okay, what is the commission, what's the need for me? So if this business sees this value, you connect both of them, the money will still come to you. But if the money does not come to you at the end of the day, wait till you go tell them for bank.
That's
So
true.
all those things where the money no come, no problem. But the bank is looking for money. The money should be two side or
It has to be coming into the bank.
Wait. So I think everybody watching, like they've heard a bit about what you said about interesting partnerships. But can you tell us a secret about bulk customer acquisition?
Yeah.
So because now you're saying like now this you have not talked about the numbers with who go host, but now if, for example, if I get into a financial sector and they say, oh, on board 50,000 customers in 12 months. I want to hear a secret about bulk customer acquisitions because a lot of people will not even know where to start from given
Yeah.
that kind of will I say mandate.
Okay, so let me just break it down as easy as I can. Yeah, I'll make it
Don't
simple.
say it as a secret. We need
No,
to
go
hear
make
you.
wait, but I'll talk on small. So for instance, now we have a new fintech here
Yeah.
that is trying to penetrate the market with a new solution. So what you need to do, you need to understand the cluster first, where you do your pilots. You need to have pilots. You need to have test the water. What most people do, like for people like Kudi, they had partnered with Paga to scale as an aggregator.
Yeah.
Then later you get your license. You know, MoneyPoint has been on the ground since. MoneyPoint built solution for Fidelity.
Can you
They
imagine?
were in the market before, so they tested the market and they left. So for you to scale through all of this, you need a very, very fantastic structure. You need salespeople. I do solution Salesforce. Sorry, you need salespeople on ground. If it's Lagos that you want to work on, you need to diversify Lagos, and you also need to have strategic partners. We call them aggregators or agent managers. So all of these people, then you also need to go and look for how you take part of your income and give them.
How? That's
one
really
is deep. I did come down. I be 1 year secret. I could tell you. You understand? So you also need to look at how the money that you make from those transactions. For instance, you're making 10 naira. You can decide that, oh, let me give these guys 3 naira or 2 naira per transaction count or per transaction value.
That's for your agents.
Yes, for every of those. So if there is no money that you're bringing out of your income that you're making, and you're bringing people to come and work for you, they won't get paid. So when you get all those things, you bring them, you train them, you give them all the required resources, definitely they will help you scale. Then you also need to have competent people in your team that would help you drive those acquisitions and all that. And another secret that helped us is that for me now, okay, I forgot to mention, I'm an alumni of DFI, Digital Finance Institute. So what I've done is I've worked with different fintechs, and there's this fintech group we belong to. So most of all these people with the customer database, we know them. So if you take me into the space, definitely I should be able to get 100 people, 1,000, 1 million.
So are you saying that being a part of a group helped you build the numbers?
And also knowing the right strategy that will help you scale and providing solution that people would want.
So
and
for
if you're
us,
and if you're bringing partners, for instance, now let me give a clear example.
okay,
MoneyPoint today is built on aggregators. They don't do direct stuff. MoneyPoint is built on aggregator. M-Pesa in Kenya does the same model, aggregator and physical model. For instance, I was at Polaris. We had maybe them across 15 guys across different states here. Outside that, I developed the agent network manager model for Polaris Bank. So what that does is we'll get people that are outside that would help us onboard clients, because we cannot get everything. I mean, we can't be everywhere every day. So what we do is we'll get those people in different states. We'll tell them we'll pay you this, we'll pay that. We'll go to their shop, we'll brand their shop, we'll do award end of the year, we'll buy car and give them, we'll buy generator and give them. So those guys will work in as staff for us. So for instance, I want to go to KB State. I don't necessarily need to have a structure in KB State. Even if I don't have, I can have like 50 aggregators there. So these aggregators, the target is 100, 200. We'll pay you so amount. That's what MoneyPoint is doing today. It was OP that had that staff structure mix. M-Pesa has the same. So M-Pesa had the face. But the disadvantage of having those people is that tomorrow, when they want to leave, they might decide to leave with your customer and take it to another. That's why I see one person in one that bridge, Aja, get 5 years. That person, they talk like 4 aggregators. You get MoneyPoint, you get Pampi, you get good. OP. Say, okay, I wish I want use. The guy will tell you, say, the pay and pass, I use
one.
You understand? So the idea is that to scale this thing, initially was hard.
Yeah.
But you look at what I'm saying, like it's simple or something. It's not really easy. I will tell you the truth.
It's not though. Anyway, thank you so much, Azuka, for this. We're going to be having to take a quick break, and we'll be right back to continue the conversation. Just stay with us. Very. Looking to take your business to the next level through partnerships? Then join us every Thursday at 10 a.m. for Partner Up.
Whether you're an entrepreneur, marketing, sales, or partnership professional, Partner Up is here to give you the tools you need to succeed.
From in-depth interviews with industry experts
to real-world case studies of successful partnership strategies that drive innovation and business growth.
We dive deep into what it takes to form successful partnerships.
Thursdays, 10 a.m.
Don't miss Partner Up. Thank you so much for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, we are discussing how we can use partnerships to enhance financial inclusion. Ensuring financial products meets the specific need of diverse communities, we must require a unique approach, which is what Azuka just talked about now. Finding the right approach is pretty important. So I'm going to ask you, Azuka, how do you ensure that these products that you're offering to the partners are truly catering to the different group of people?
Okay, so before you design a product to the market, you need to know what the customer wants. You need to work backward. For instance, let me use OP. So when OP came to Nigeria, it brought O-Ride.
Yeah.
They knew that there was mad traffic in Lagos. Yeah. I want to paint something, maybe a bit zip. So
That's fine.
for OPay now, they brought the All-Right. They had the solution. They had the Google Map embedded. Track location, right? So you are in VI. You want cross third mainland in 15 minutes, or you're going to Ikeja. So you book the ride with your OPay. With All-Right Okada. The guy will come give you a helmet and a shower cap.
I remember.
Days, all of us use that stuff now. Shower cap for Lagos. For Lagos, they go and say they don't do it again. So you go download the app. Abby, one of the app. Download the app.
I remember.
It's because I remember the nest.
They will give you shower cap. When they give you go wear out with the helmet.
Yes.
Then I go pay. You book. When you book, you subscribe. Abby, the thing will show you. Let me switch back to English. So it will show you. Just get the laugh. It will show you where the nearest right man dey.
Yeah.
Abby, that right man will come meet you. When you reach, you come pay. That transaction is where I'm going to. It's P2P. So you've solved a problem.
Yeah.
Traffic, guy don't reach house. So like, honey, I'm back. One that I take price enter all right. You don't reach. Maybe mush it to first stack. You don't reach house. Yeah, okay. Fine. So at the back end of that transaction, OPay is not saying Okada.
They're seeing the individual.
Yes, and they're saying transaction. That's what they're still doing with the POS. So P2P. Somebody that's selling pure water, I go say, I get OPay account, I'm a merchant. Yeah. So just use that transaction. So now for me, if that old ride is still in existence, I would definitely, like she was saying, now maybe the only person go with that stress, Abi. I would not call the other. I say, guy, you know, your book, you can go carry me, come. Simple, and not go waste my time. And Lagos not hard, traffic everywhere. Fuel.
Yeah. I remember that time I took it from Lekki to Yaba.
So number one thing, like I said, you need to understand.
A bit fragile.
Number one, you need to create solution that customer really wants, and that for me was a very, very good financial inclusion product. Because what it has done is that it has brought out everybody. They use the Okada side to do financial. So that transaction on the back end, they are saying normal send money, receive money, send money.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Okada man is driving, solving problem for people, and they are making money. And it's
making
P2P. There's no charge. So it's like intrabank.
They just want transactions.
Yes. So for any solution that you're doing, you need to know that, the customer wants this. If the customer does not want, you need to go deep and research. For instance, now my micro pension, somebody said that we should provide solution for women and their kids, so that when the women stop working, their kids, something like that. I was not thought about like, so it's women that want to use this micro pension as retirement benefit for their kids, because most of them don't get better husband. They say I use husband, they say that one, if it's as next of kin. So they are planning why most people they are using that. So I've been thinking around and say, like, if we build solution now to say, okay, these women now don't call it pension, build simple things, say, okay, use this and plan for your picking tomorrow when your husband not there, because most of the husband they die quick. Women for Nigeria will jump on that solution.
I agree.
There's nothing like that in the Nigerian market today.
Yeah.
So even the pension, they are trying to say, can I do this to do that? But then no, but they want to have some savings and they are working. So if I tie that to pension, definitely it's coming from the people in the market that I met too. They are telling me that
what they want.
It was in Ilekpo market. You know Ilekpo in Yanokpaja side.
Yeah, that area.
I don't go do activation for there.
Wow.
Like 5 days. Do man tell me, build something, you say, we're going to put the money. We don't say, now for my picking tomorrow. They call on one, they may be mother and children or something, but let it be like some. So all of that solution, if you build that in, it will sell. Then the second one also, for your product to sell, you need to know the price. Some people will just go and integrate some third level payment platform that allows people to pay excess charge. When they pay, the money can't hang. They know what to do again.
Yeah,
so if people get that technology and the pricing, definitely people will scale. Another example for this is the betting company. So the betting company had integrated with the main tech providers. If you bet today, they don't charge 100 if they work. Bet, they get that solution well. The betting company get those things well, but they're not fintech. They're just small betting agency, and everything there they work. So if you get one is understand what people want, 2 is check the pricing, 3 is build good technology solution, and 4 is dispute resolution. So for every solution, if you're not able to solve their problem, they will dump it. Let me give an example.
Yeah, after some time.
Give an example. POS, for instance. I was at Polaris Bank, So when we were in Polaris Bank, we thought of acquisition. We never really thought of retention. For every business, there's acquisition and there's retention.
You have to keep them.
That retention was hard to. Die. That is the, if they acquire, they bring them. Like, okay, how many don't go? How many day? So you now see we've deployed, you bought 1,000 terminals. You see how many terminals transacting. I have my dashboard, I check them. 800. The next day 600. Your income don't drop. What's the reason? The customer will tell you, I had a chargeback. I called, nobody solved my problem, so I dumped the terminal, I used OP. And hope it come fast, because they give them better commission.
Instantly.
You understand? So like the fourth thing I mentioned, one is what people want. Two is check the pricing, the charges. If I see charge that they run, if I just say 500 for 10,000, for what? I mean, spoil Nigeria. That's how I not do. You understand?
Yeah.
For instance, all these agents they are now 300 they charge for 10,000. If you go about 100 naira, I'm like, nobody send Nigeria out there. So that charge, they scatter my head. If I just say the charge high, we know they do. I'll take myself out.
But some of these POS guys, those charges are like that. They do it by themselves now without the agents.
So for some of them, they charge them 15 naira. I think it's 15 naira capped at 0.5 capped at 15 naira for card withdrawal.
No matter the amount.
Yeah, it's capped at 100 naira.
Can you
so
imagine?
Don't exceed. So this guy, I know what they make. Imagine me now. I don't explain this entire for them. They say, okay, like speak all the English.
But is there no regulatory?
That's another conversation. They'll say if you like, they'll tell you. If you like, speak all the English. Talk as you like. At 300, I go collect. You understand? I'll say, okay, I collect the 300 for 10k. Obale in the year,
it's 100 naira.
Equal year, 200 naira. So all of that, the pricing scares people away, and with the technology platform is not good. But the last one, the most important one for me is that dispute resolution. If there's no team at the back end that is solving their problem, you will definitely be wasting your time acquiring people, and those people will get fed up, and they will carry your product and give another competition and tell them that, oh, do it like this. So if there's one pick, you can't see them, they go dump your product for life.
Okay.
Well,
a lot.
No, but what I like is that we're having really practical tips in this conversation. So if you're working with a vast agent network, I hope that you would replay this and have some solid tips on how to manage your product and your partnership. So one of my own question now is, these agents that you've mentioned are very volatile. So how do you now manage this agent network that is responsible for your bulk acquisitions? It sounds very difficult. Like, how do you address the challenges?
So some of the challenge we have is you need to illiteracy, and they don't know. As you're bringing products, you need to be informing them. So you need to do constant communication, training. Go do giveaway. Nigeria
freebies.
You go do giveaway. You go call them, say, guys, take. Now you don't do I collect this one.
Yeah.
So if you do all of that, you must incentivize them. Incentive. You give them incentive. You go train them very, very well. That training is key. Train them, make them. You have to come down to their level. Come down, break it down. 1 + 1 + 2 + 2 + 3. Give you 10. They go know what they do. So do constant training, do town hall engagement, train them, let them feel like they're part of you. Like I had mentioned earlier that some people used to go to their office and shop and paint their shop, brand them, give them car, create different categories, different segmentation, motivate this one, turn this one to super agents, turn this one to super aggregators. All of that is based on their performance. So if you're not doing all of that, they may not stay. And also, anything will just make them be top of mind. Then you need to do more like visitation. You need to have somebody on ground. I'll be visiting them to ensure that their problems are resolved. Because sometimes they will drop. Okay, let me cite an example. So before now, when an agent have problem, they will just send an email. But there are some tech company, I won't mention their name. Now you just go to the app and just click. My money don't hang. Help me resolve, and they will resolve it instantly. And agents are happy. You understand? I'm telling you, they will resolve it. Just you're right. I beg you.
Why don't you want to mention their name though?
I don't want. I know how to. I know.
You don't want to overhail them.
So you're like, so this is good.
That.
So look at me coming from where one WhatsApp group could say, you don't solve this. I want Chris. Those things are not easy. It's not easy. If I enter that group, I just jump myself out and say, "Blood of Jesus." I'm out. So and technology can. So I'm telling you, to technology. When I was in Poland, we work. Me they call you. My money is 1 million. I got my money back. I say, guy, calm down. Where? You can't go check me the money. You call it. Where my money there now? So if you're not doing all of that, if you're not able to find a solution where all those things are resolved, and let them see that, I started the business with 100,000. Today I've given out 95,000. Your cash plus your liquidity. Liquid is the e-value, the e-wallet, plus your commission. You're making money because some of them pay for their stand that they used. You understand? They pay for those locations. As some of them employ some small girls. All those girls say they won't do them body. She gets if you carry the money run in cases. So you go ensure say those girls then they okay and you pay them and you're making money. If they're not making money, you not see them with those POS under that streets, under the bridge, all of that. So if you want to manage those extensive agents, you need to have a supervisor, you need to have agent managers in different locations. These are not your staff. These are people that you employed. Some of them have worked in company like myself. So when they bring them out, they'll tell you, oh, I'll get this, I'll get that. Let me also say that the way Nigeria is now, with the whole location, there are some specific big people that have developed themselves to become strong agent network managers across different Nigeria.
Yeah, I
And
heard
people
though.
put you for that WhatsApp group, you go see them.
Ha.
They will tell you, Kogi states, I'll deliver, just like this guy, the rule election. I don't want to call the guy name. Your guy say,
I want this.
I got get Lagos. Let me go deliver Lagos for you. So if you enter or your state now, get person who help you deliver or your state.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you one last question before we round up. For people who work in partnership or sales or business development, and they've been given an assignment to go and onboard 10,000 agents or 10,000 10,000 customers in a financial inclusion product, what would be your advice on how they can start and also excel?
Okay, for me 10,000 na small thing for me.
Hey,
I no go
gosh.
lie, I need a brag. So but then no be 10,000 be the problem, na the customer go dey complain.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So I've done recruitments. When I was doing recruitment in Globalcom, people would ask me, what is for? What is one of the guys that they go? I say, no worry, when the time come, you go no. And so the guy keep asking me those questions. You don't do this thing for Glo. You don't for Intelligent. No be the same thing, bros. And the same work you do. I say yes. So getting those numbers for me is not a difficult task.
But
If
for a
you bring me-
beginner,
for a beginner, that's what I'm saying. For somebody that wants to do the kind of work I'm doing, yeah. So first thing first, the person needs to understand the product. If you understand the value. I've been talking about value. If you're not selling value, there is nothing. If you're not doing value, is nothing. Then for that beginner, what the beginner needs to do is to go around, ask questions, ask senior colleagues, meet people that have experience, like myself, then get the contact of people that manages. For instance, in K2, there's one allergy that does everything agent from K2 to my 12. If you want enter that side, the man will deliver K2 to my 12 to you. All the money point he use, I know call the guy name. And they tell you the truth. So that guy has beauty. So if that boy now go interview, come to say, yes, I did this, I've done that, I've done this. So the guy need to even align themselves when they see you. When all these fintech started, I know most of them like MPIN, all of them, small fintech, and they don't blow the piggy vest and the likes. So if you want to go into that kind of stuff, what you need to do, one is you must have the passion to do sales. Because sales will be okay, they sit down for house.
Yeah.
I have guys in my team today that they go sit down for house, I'll call them. They all day with their wife, they sleep. After I did, and they say, yes, I'm working. I say, he did work. I check your numbers, and they send it. I know that they're not working. Then when I go to their state, you know, like, well, this guy know the guy they faff around, and I know. So I'll push them, push all that stuff. Talk to them. They're going to be the last. We'll ask them to go. Some will deploy them and bring them to Lagos. When you come Lagos, they don't bother you any work. You go work. So let me just summarize the answer to your question. One thing is understand what you're selling.
Yeah.
Two, the person needs to go out and get network. So I mentioned I belong to alumni, DFI, all those fintech and Nigerian fintech association. All of those things there. You meet people, you ask questions. Then from there you make the right connections. Like I have guys in almost all the fintechs and banks in Nigeria today. If I want to go to Lotus, they did their Wema Bank, all of them different. They had different, and all of us are in different strategic positions. And let me also say that the market is not saturated. The market is not exclusive. That's why you see the person will get OP still get money points.
Yeah.
So when money point go say they get 1.3 million, I'm like, okay, which one OP gets? You understand? So
They're all sharing customers.
That's what I'm saying. So that person needs to find it, and the person needs to also tell the management of the company that, oh, I need this structure for my team. I need regional managers, I need business, and I need states. So in Accelerate, I was the head. I had drafted everything from beginning.
Yeah.
So I had 4 regions in Nigeria. I have states. I even made Lagos a region. So I had like five people, 5 state manager in Lagos. Those people report to the regional manager. Those guys now report to me. And I also have canvassers. Canvassers are sales rep under. So if you have that structure now, then how do you then fill up that position so that if they give you the job, you go fit deliver?
True.
Because you need to. So me now, if all of this is small thing, because I've done it 100 like plenty times. So if you have all of that, you keep that side for the business to grow its own agents organically.
Yeah.
Then the other side you now look at. I mentioned that I built the ANM, Agent Network Manager model for Polaris Bank. Shop at it. Now me build. I need to lie you. If you go ask them, no joke. I built it. So that's model now. Be say you don't get aggregators. Then the person also needs to go and find all those aggregators in strategic locations and find a way to take the income which they make. Give these guys. Those guys will bring the agent. So if this guy now had gotten this structure, you give this guy a target 150, 200 every month, then deliver. Your numbers, they okay. Aggregator, give them 50-50, get like 50 aggregators. In 6 months, you've gotten your 1,000. But like I said, all of this now, if there's no technology, there's no commission, there's no dispute resolution, there's no value.
Yeah.
You do all of that, you see that, oh, these people were in the market 2 years ago, they've died. What make them die? They don't look and say,
They
oh,
don't have all the resources.
this guy come.
Yeah.
The platform is fantastic. I can solve my problem. I can do all of that. I get my commission and I'm fine. And even when you just have any field transaction, you reverse this. And they do instant settlements. Some will pay them the next day. All of that. So if you put if that boy gets the structure, the one I mentioned first, you build your internal structure, show the management, this is the organogram, this is where I'll be. You need IT, you need security, you need all of that. You need all these guys across different regions, maybe like 20 of them. Check with them because that one is for the company for life. Then you also go outside and study how you can build your agent network with aggregators or partners.
Yeah.
So those ones are the people that you now replicate this model, but these are full-time staff. These are not full-time staff. So if you have this structure now, definitely, will you not scale?
You are right.
Then if you have all the commission, from time to time, you give these people incentive, make these people happy. If you make billions, if you carry 50 million, buy motor, buy 2 cars, give them and say, these are the top transactions, go there, pen their shop. You will get repeated customer, you get more value, all of that.
Thank
you.
you.
So that is how that new person, but all of this work, why I talk now, you know if you do and make sit down for house.
You have to be up and about. See, I think we need to have a second episode with,
You understand
with
my
Azuka.
point?
Yeah.
You cannot, sorry, you cannot, if you want to sit down for house, you do all this work at all. You sit
You
down.
can't.
You
You have
go
to,
sit
you have
down.
to be
Like my
outside.
car now is Mozu. The car leg, the house. Blood of Jesus.
Don't drive out. You
Understand?
don't
So
drive
like,
the motor.
And I feel like, I have another one, but I wouldn't imagine, Jesus, what's happening?
Gosh.
But you're like, and you're like, I don't know when I joined the car, I'll leave and just this one, just to go. You understand? So the thing, I just like, this one carry me go here. When I did side work for Aeropay.
So
we are running out of time.
Sorry.
I'm almost done now.
I'm
Let me
sorry.
stop here. First.
Okay.
I did something for Aeropay. What's the thing?
It's
It's 10 o'clock.
So we have to wrap up in exactly
1
3
minute.
minutes. Oh,
Okay,
wait,
1 minute. Yes. So we've had an amazing conversation with Azuka, and
We have
as
to
you can
invite him
see,
back.
There's so much. He still has so much for us. So we've learned a lot about how partnership can drive financial inclusion in underserved communities across Africa, from micro pensions to banking to health insurance. I mean, it's clear that partnership is the key way to actually expand. So guys, please stay with us and make sure that you join us next week. I'm sorry that we have to rush to round up, but I mean, Azuka has shared very interesting insights with us. Amanda, do you have any last thing before we just go?
Well, I'm just saying that this is definitely the place to be
Yep.
if you're looking to grow in your partnership, sales, and business development career. So make it a date with us again next week,
Yes.
10 a.m.
Please follow us on Instagram at partnerup_AB World, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Official Upgrade TV on YouTube. Stay with us, and we'll see you again next time. Bye bye.